Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the fact that Apex Legends is in the best place it has ever been right now. And you may be wondering, why is Apex Legends going through, like a new renaissance of sorts, kind of like in Season 3 where having the new map kind of changed everything. Well, it's that same sort of thing happening again. We've got Season 7 launching with a brand new legend who looks really fun and offensive. We've had a few defensive legends and support characters, whereas this one looks all out aggression, which is amazing. Plus a brand spanking new map. It looks beautiful. Very excited to play on Olympus. We've got vehicles and, most importantly, the two limited time modes we've just had have both been excellent. You're seeing some Flashpoint footage right now because I adored Flashpoint. It was so much fun to not have to worry about shields. And I think Apex brought this mode in because they're thinking of potentially testing, and there's no inside source here, this is all speculation, that they're going to be doing like an arena style where there's no shields and it's all just healing, like in other games like Halo where your shields just come back on their own. And as a former avid Halo player and someone very excited for Halo Infinite despite all the news, is very happy to see something like Flashpoint existing in Apex Legends. I had a few friends join in and play some Apex with me who had never played it before and found the Flashpoint limited time mode, the one they joined the game playing, a really great way in because it's sort of like a much more casual experience. And I would be very happy to see a version of Flashpoint. Maybe not with the end zones, because the end zones often got so hectic and like you needed a caustic in the end zone for Flashpoint. But, a variant of Flashpoint to actually come in as a permanent playlist because of how much fun people had with it, just not worrying about shields, fighting in these zones. It led to these really clustered multi-team fights that were just so much fun. Third partying wasn't as big a problem as well, I noticed in it as well, because everyone was just constantly fighting all the time. It was really fun. Then obviously we just had Shadow Royale, which is a much more balanced Halloween mode. So much fun in that. Again, playing as Caustic. These last two modes have really lent themselves to Caustic's abilities because, being able to gas up that Flashpoint at the end would just win your team the game. And in the Shadow mode, with everyone having such little health when you're a Shadow, you just trap up a few doors and you're grand. It was just so much fun, and I think Apex is in that great spot at the minute, coming off the back of two fantastic modes. I think we desperately need modes like these to stay permanent in some respects. I think Shadow Royale could definitely outstay its welcome over time, but there are elements of these modes that should stay permanently in some facet. An Infection style mode like Halo is always going to be good fun, but the reason we're in another renaissance period, a rebirth of Apex again, is because those modes were so fun. And that gets people hyped for the new season as well. New season, new map, new legend. It's Season 3 all over again. We had with Crypto. We had so many changes in Season 3. If you just remember back, where Apex was in sort of Season 2 and Season 1, it's completely different in Season 3. The Battle Pass was so much stronger. And we'll see in tomorrow's, or well, by the time you're seeing this, the trailer for Apex Legends Season 7, the gameplay one, because we've I just reacted to the launch trailer and it was that sort of Season 3 length where it was a long trailer and you got a lot of information. We've got a lot of character buffs and nerfs and changes. These Apex has sort of gone in these like 3-season waves where the game kind of feels a bit similar for 3 seasons and then changes. So Season 1 through 3 certainly had a certain feel to it. Season 4 through 6 felt different, and now I feel like 7, 8, and 9, it's kind of like, with Star Wars movies, we're going to have these trilogies of seasons that all have completely different feelings in terms of weapon balancing, legend balancing. Season 1 through 3 was dominated by Pathfinders and Wraiths using the R99 and the Peacekeeper, but 4, 5, and 6 a lot less so, especially Season 6 with them both being care package weapons. Pathfinder getting nerfed into the ground. Obviously he's coming back up now, but all the other characters becoming more balanced. This game is just a lot more fun to play at the moment. The trailer numbers are reflecting that with the view counts, and if they can keep up the amount of limited time modes, they're going to be doing amazing. I was really worried in Season 6 when there was a massive lack of content, and I thought that the game was going to slowly start to lose people again, but then Flashpoint great fun and amazing for new players because there's one element of the game less they have to worry about. Flashpoint needs to stay in some facet for new players and people who want a truly casual experience, because it felt like the most free-flowing fun. Shadow Royale then came straight after, literally a couple days later. I know that the aftermarket event was meant to come earlier in the season, and I assume because of coronavirus reasons they had to push it back a little bit in order to, make sure it went out working. And, now we've got Season 7 coming with a brand new map, loads of legend changes which have been confirmed. Nothing's been confirmed yet with the patch notes, but we just know there are big legend changes coming, which is awesome and definitely inspires hope and, a feeling of massive change in Apex. Olympus is confirmed to also be the first rotation for ranked, so we're going to see crazy high-level fights in this new map immediately, which I think is a great decision to test it, because if it doesn't work, so be it. But if it does work as a ranked map, we will see. I'm kind of glad they're doing it. It's a bit of a risky one, throwing it straight in as the ranked playlist. I believe they did the same with World's Edge, but having a vehicle I think adds another level of risk with the trident being a way to get around. It almost feels like it's moving in a Halo direction a little bit, does Apex, with the auto regenning shields, the potential of a smaller arena style mode, and light sort of ground vehicles like the Mongoose and Warthog from Halo, or even like a Ghost. I'm quite glad the Trident can't shoot as well. It doesn't have its own inbuilt guns, because then that would be crazy. But yeah, as a Halo fan, seeing Halo-esque features being adopted into a game I adore is really good for me, especially considering how balanced they've been in a game like Halo. Even though these are two completely different games, occasionally having crossover mechanics is never a bad thing. And I think, character balance-wise, Apex is in the best place it's ever been. Yes, there are characters that need fixing. Rampart needs a buff. Loba needs a bit of a buff. Octane definitely needs a buff, still, even with all that's happened with Octane. And for sure, I think Pathfinder needs a buff. He's the ultimate priority, or at least a rework. But so much great stuff's happening in Apex Legends right now. Do you think we're in a renaissance period, in a new birth, a new dawn for Apex? Is it going to spawn the next year of players to come in? I think the trailer numbers are reflecting it. So I'd love to know what you think. Thank you all so much for watching. You saw the Flashpoint Gibby win. Right now you're watching me sprint through the storm. Both my teammates are dead. We're about to find out if I'm actually going to make it back into the ring before my health bar runs out. So you're going to get that treated as the end of the video. What will the answer be? Will I make it back in? Yes, no, yes, no. You guys have too much faith in me. It's no.